Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Hey guys, good morning. My goodness, we've got Catherine, we have Sophie, we have Charles and Camilla, and we have a royal scandal of a different royal family, but I think they've learned from Harry and Meghan. We also have some other videos that we're going to cover at the very end that, too much to discuss. Let's just jump in, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start off with the Princess of Wales, who went this morning to Colham Manor Children's Centre in Hillington. Again, dress is £36, coat is £369, very affordable. I think very affordable compared to what other people are wearing. At the same time, she looked very peaceful and calm considering what today is. And for those of you who didn't just see it, apparently The Crown is coming out today. Now, I don't have Netflix. A lot of people don't have Netflix. For those of you who do have Netflix, don't click on it. Don't watch it. And maybe The Crown will get the message that what they've done is really crappy. Anyway, here's a short snippet of her arriving. Watch this. And she went in and did what she usually does, and she played with the kids, and she had a fabulous time. Good for her. We all know that early education for babies has always been her thing, and she's doing her thing. So as she goes to leave, she has a conversation with a little boy. I love the accent on these kids. Listen to this. So sweet.
My name is Very nice to meet you. Have you got a puppy?
We have a forest.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. Would you like mine?
Yes.
Yeah. You can have my puppy. There you go. See if I can get it out.
Yeah.
Shall I see if I can get out? Here we go. And do you know what this is for? It's remembering all the soldiers who died in the war. There you go. That's for you. You look after it. Yeah? Maybe I'll give you, is your teacher here or your mummy here?
Yes, mummy's here.
Is your mummy here? Shall I give her the pin in case she wants to put it on? Nice to meet you. What's your name? Hello. Nice to see you.
Next up, the Countess of Wessex is visiting Brainwave in Bridgewater. It's a charity that supports children with autism and cerebral palsy. Secret weapon Sophie, there she is. I just love her, and she has the natural touch with the kids. We all know this. We know this. All right, moving on. Now, this story really got me. There's a little boy named Jason. He's 5 years old, and he's visually impaired. He's in York, and he was concerned he wouldn't be able to meet the king and queen or see the king and queen. So they wrote, and the York City Council arranged for him to actually meet them and walk around with them. How wonderful is that? And look at the face of that boy. How cute. Next up, Ambassador Kennedy met the Earthshot Prize finalists at Living Seawalls in Manly in Australia. This living seawall improves ecological sustainability by encouraging marine life to return to developed foreshores. I think that's wonderful. Good for her. I am very happy that she's involved with the Earthshot Prize. All right, moving on. All right, next up, Charles and Camilla are walking through York, and somebody in the crowd started lobbing eggs at Charles, okay? First of all, the kid, I guess I'm going to call him a kid because he's very young. His aim sucks. He missed. He threw 4 eggs and he didn't hit Charles once. Second of all, look at this kid. Does that look like a kid who's educated and, finished school and has a paying job? No, I think this is one of Britain's dregs of society who's running around screaming about something that happened before his great-great-great-great-grandparents were even born. He knows nothing of what he's talking. And yet, Okay, so anyway, when they grab this guy, they throw him to the ground and the crowd starts yelling at him, shame, 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 and God save the king. Doesn't he just look like a wonderful, productive member of the UK society? What an idiot. Anyway, here's a little snippet of video for you. Watch this. Dude, get a haircut, get a shave. For the love of God, go see a dentist. Take that stupid cross out of your ear because you obviously do not believe in Christian values. Go get a job. That's my thought process. Moving on. On a good note, Country Life magazine is dedicating its week's edition for King Charles ahead of his 74th birthday. I love that. Fabulous. All right, I wish I could get one. All right, moving on. All right, now the king arrived to unveil the statue of his mom. So here's a video of them arriving and then accepting their flowers. Watch this. Now, before they went and unveiled it, the king and queen consort were shown a scaled replica of the statue. And this picture is Richard Bosson's with the 3D model that is an exact duplicate of the statue that was being unveiled. Originally, they were going to give it to the queen, but then the queen passed, so now he's going to present it to Charles. I think that's lovely. Now, Charles gave a speech, but you really couldn't hear it. So this video shows the end of the speech when everybody was clapping and then the unveiling. Here you go. Good for you, Charles. Glad to see you out and about. Carry on. Keep calm and carry on. All right, here we go, you guys. Unbelievable. Virginia Giuffre, who accused all these people of having sex with her and sex trafficking her, has dropped her allegations now against Alan Dershowitz, saying that it was a mistake. Now, here's the big thing about Mr. Dershowitz. He refused to settle with her. He refused to give her a dime. He said he's going to fight her. He countersued her for defamation. And as soon as she was told to bring up some evidence, suddenly she goes, well, I might have made a mistake. I don't know what to say. I was a mistake. And so Mr. Dershowitz now says, well, I commend her for coming forward and acknowledging that she may have made a mistake because of the trauma she went through. So he's trying to be nice, but the truth of the matter is he fought her and he won. Let's also keep in mind that she herself is now being sued by some of the women that she groomed into the lifestyle. Moving on. All right, this is another royal scandal story. Here we go. Norway's Princess Martha Louise she's saying she's relinquishing her royal duties to focus on her alternative medicine business with her fiancé, who is a man who is a self-styled shaman. Now, this man has promoted unfounded medical practices and even suggested that cancer was a choice. Yep. Now, so the guy has said a lot of things. Okay, so here's what it comes down to. The royal family put their foot down after watching this whole Harry-Meghan debacle, so they put out a statement. Watch this. This is part 1.
Every time a person in the royal family gets engaged, it creates media storms. So also this time. From the last month's discussions in the media, my fiancé, Dork Barrett, and I have, together with the King and Queen and the rest of the royal family, landed on some adjustments. I will step down from my official duties as patron for various organizations. My heart goes out to the organizations and the wonderful people I've met through representing them for several decades, and the important work they do. There will be someone else from the royal family continuing my patronage. I will continue the separation between my princess title and my role as a businesswoman, where I only use Martha Louise on social media, media productions and such, and Dirk is following suit. First of all, I would like to emphasize that there has been no discord within the royal family through this process. We have embraced each other's opinions and views in an amicable fashion, with respect and love for one another. I would also like to clarify the fact that when in the future we do get married, like my uncles Erling Lorentzen, Johan Martin Ferner, and my late husband Ari Behn, Durek will not receive a title. True to tradition, he will also not represent the royal house, but will be present at family occasions and some occasional sport events.
Anybody else notice the snarkiness in that tone? I think the royal family saw what happened with Harry and Meghan, put their foot down and said, no. Now, this man has been described as a charlatan. He's been described as a con man. He's been described as a conspiracy theorist, and people are saying that his views are strange and they're not based on facts. Now, before anybody starts screaming, it's because he's African American, you should know that he has claimed to have risen from the dead, that he says he predicted the 9/11 attacks 2 years before they happened. And of course, the second he got to Norway, he said, I've never experienced so much racism. He has compared himself to the likes of Albert Einstein and Thomas Edison, saying they were geniuses and misunderstood. Okay, people, this guy's nuts. He says he's a visionary for the now age. Okay, well then he made a statement. Listen to this.
I have always wanted to support my fiancée, Martha Louise, and I want her to be happy. If her life has become difficult because of some of the things that I have done, then that was never my intention. The same goes for her parents, the King and Queen. I want them to be successful in the important roles that they have. I have, through the conversations with the family, learned a lot. I've gained a deeper understanding of the work of the royal family in Norway, and I respect their constitutional role. I know that some of the things I have said and done have been seen as controversial in Norway. Some have even argued that this has become a problem for the monarchy. I want to make it clear that this was never my intention. I wish Martha's family well, and I want to do my part to support them in their roles. At the same time, it is important for me to maintain my own integrity and to be true to myself. I, like everyone else, have a right to autonomy, to determine what I believe in and to speak up about it. I hope what Martha and I and the royal family have agreed on will create the space necessary for this balance to work and to be more robust. I also want to clarify that I am for the School of Medicine and always have been, because I have seen several occasions in my life where I've been saved by the School of Medicine. And I have great respect for the institution and for the people working in the healthcare system. I honor and respect them for what they do. However, I do believe that we should always use all available resources for health on our planet, not instead of, but in addition to the healthcare system.
Well, then the princess made one more statement to try to, prove her point about her fiancé. Listen to this.
I have a background from the healthcare system as a physiotherapist and know the importance of scientifically proven healthcare. In addition to that, I think alternative medicine can be an important supplement to the school medicine for many people. Acupuncture, yoga, meditations, crystals, and nature medicine can be a supplement in addition to the healthcare system for better mental and physical health. And it is in the bridging of the two, like having acupuncture in maternity wards in hospitals, as many parts of the country has as an asset, or using horses as part of psychiatric treatment, like at Gaustad Hospital here in Oslo, that I want to continue like I have for the last 20 years. I hope these steps will lead to a calmer and more peaceful environment regarding my fiancé, Durek Verrett, and myself.
In other words, ladies and gentlemen, the royal family put the kibosh on it and said, you're still a princess because you're still our daughter. But no, you cannot use your title for commercial gain. You're not allowed to marry this man and use your royal titles to push his narrative. Ain't happening. I love that the royal family, stopped all this. I do. And it's been reported that the king had a press conference after the statement and said, the Americans have no idea what a monarchy is. So it's not surprising that he doesn't understand. He thought he could do what he wanted without any of us being affected. Americans don't understand the significance. I agree. All right, moving on to the election. I think I showed you this before. Archewell wants people to text this number and then put in your information. Now they're harvesting your information. Everybody should understand that. So when you do, this is the response that you get. Give us your name. Tell us where you are. Give us your phone number. All that information, which of course they're going to keep on file. Not to mention sell to make money. Because while they're worried about their privacy, they ain't worried about yours. Okay, so then the next thing that happened was this. And Omid puts up this picture of Meghan with the very heavy eyebrows. Somebody needs to tell her to lay off the eyebrow enhancer. And the Archewell hat. And look what he wrote. Look what he wrote. Harry and Meghan's Archewell Foundation has created a voters checklist and opened a text service to help people find their polling locations. So the first thing is that Harry and Meghan are dabbling in American politics again, okay? I do have to point one other thing out, though. First thing is she obviously can't brush her hair. It looks like a big, messy rat's nest. I'm sorry, it does. I don't think that's her real hair, though. I think those are the extensions. I think they've reached their life, the end of their life, and they need to be removed. But here's the other thing. You guys recognize that background? That background is the same background where she was supposedly papped walking Archie to school. I have a feeling that's in her backyard. I'm not kidding. And with all of that, what we found is that they're putting out misinformation. Archewell did not come up with this. They didn't set up any of this. Mandana Dayani did. She may work for Archewell, but Archewell didn't set up anything. That's her company. I guess my point is she's taking credit again for something that somebody else did. Yeah. I wonder what Miss Dayani thinks about that. All right, moving on. All right, I had to show you this. We all remember I did a video previously when Meghan went and tried to make herself look altruistic, and she brought a fashion photographer and a makeup artist and all this stuff with her, and she took these fabulous photos that they were supposed to be spontaneous, remember? Until we saw this photo, because they didn't edit out the sunglasses. Do you guys see it in the sunglasses? I've shown it to you before. That's one of those light bending things that somebody holds up in front of you so that you have more light on your face. This was not a spontaneous moment. Anyway, this video showed up that showed Meghan around the kids before the photos were taken. She's wearing the same shirt, the same scarf. Watch this and make sure to look at her jaw. To me, she looks absolutely repulsed by the very kids she's supposed to be hugging on. Now, we're just going to touch on this last article saying that Harry and Meghan's marriage is hitting the rocks because of Netflix and their fights over, when the show should come out. That's not why the marriage is hitting the rocks. I think we all know what's really going on. He's been miserable for a long time. We all know it. Everybody told him to slow down. Everybody told him to take it easy. He didn't. He rushed into the marriage. He realized he made a mistake, but he was too embarrassed to do anything about it because he had kissed off everybody's advice. Yeah, the marriage is failing, but the truth is it's been failing for a long time. Finally, a big thank you to Irish Ranger for this photo. We have to remember that there were ultimate sacrifices made in wars and conflicts all throughout history that ensured the liberty and freedoms that we enjoy today. That's what Poppy Day is about. That's what Veterans Day in the United States is about. So, of course, at this point, everybody's sitting around wondering if Harry and Meghan are going to go and trample on American graves again and take a fashion photographer with them. Or, what they're going to do to try to upstage the royal family on Poppy Day and what they're going to do to try to take the attention on Veterans Day. We all know it's coming. Everybody's just wondering what it's going to be this time. All right, you guys, lots of information as usual. So leave those comments below. Don't forget to check the subscribe button to make sure you're still subscribed. If you've already hit the button, just double check and make sure you're still subscribed, okay? Don't forget to go into the description box and my Twitter, Getter, and Rumble and email address. All the links are there. You just have to click my Patreon account. You just have to click, okay? For those of you who have donated through my coffee fund and through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.